Our next lesson, we're going to be using Photoshop to edit an image and add some contour, play with some puppet warp tools, and complete a half-completed image. This is the starting point. Go to Brightspace, download the original image, and we're going to take the left side to complete the right side. For the most part, this is quite a straightforward lesson. All we're going to do is take the selection tool, copy the left half of the image, and copy it over to the right. If I want to get an exact line here so that I'm copying the exact complete edges, I can just hold up Command on my keyboard, click on the layer, and it'll select wherever there are pixels on this layer. I'm going to copy this, edit, copy, edit. Oops, make sure I'm on the right layer. Edit, copy, and then I'm going to edit, paste. That's going to give me a copy of the layer. I'm then going to edit, and I'm going to transform and flip in the horizontal direction, which flips my dog over. Using the move tool, I'm going to drag this over until it aligns. That is fine, but a little repetitive. It looks a little bit mirrored. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring this over by 10 pixels, holding Shift on my keyboard and the arrow key. I'm going to move this just maybe 20 pixels over to the left. And then I want to make it look as if it's slightly different from left to right. A couple things we can do. First of all, I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, and I'm going to scale this image down in this direction, holding Shift to make sure that it is squishing it just a little bit. And I'm going to bring it about, I'm going to leave a little bit of extra room here, but I'm going to bring it in a little bit like that and press OK. And that will be the first part. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add something called a puppet work. So by going to, and that will give us some control over the way that this image works. So I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm going to go to Puppet Warp. The Puppet Warp is going to overlay a bunch of triangles over top of our image, only on the image on the layer that we have. And then by clicking anywhere in the image, you will add, wherever you click, and hit Escape, redo this, Edit, Puppet Warp. Wherever you click, it's going to pin the image to that part of the warp. I'll put another pin here, another pin here, and I'll put another pin in here and here. Once I've got some pins dropped, I can then pick those pins up and move them, and you can see that it's going to edit the image accordingly. Now, I just want to make some subtle changes, so I'm going to bring in from here, I want to bring this in, I'm going to bring his ear in a little bit, and I'm going to add another pin here, and then bring this down a little bit. Same with the end here. Okay, and then I'm going to bring his face in a little bit this way and warp it just enough to make it look like it's slightly different from left to right. Okay, being careful not to edit your edge so much that you lose your contours. So I'm going to bring this back up here. And the same thing with this edge here. I'm going to bring this just out a little bit, okay, in case you brought yours too far. Once you're happy with that, you're going to hit checkbox. And now you'll notice that they are slightly different. If I duplicate this layer here and again, edit, transform, I'm going to flip this horizontally and move this in front up here. We can see the difference, subtle, but slightly different, enough to make it look like it's not totally mirrored, and it almost matches the perspective a little bit better. Okay, and that's it. We're gonna now save this file. It's very large, so let's take a look at image and image size. Right now, this image, we're viewing it at whatever this is, 50%, right? The original size is quite big. So we're gonna bring this down by 50%. So click on here, we're gonna type in 50 and change pixels to percent. Okay, and then that when we hit OK to that, that's gonna bring the physical size down. I'm gonna go image, I'm gonna double click to see the physical size. That's a bit better. And you can actually get the physical size by going image, image size, and just seeing what the pixels are now. So if I change this back to pixels, it'll tell me this is 2000 pixels. And that's fine, it's plenty big. We're gonna bring this down additionally another probably 25% of what it is to put on our website. So let's cancel that. I'm going to go, let's save this first of all, file save as, save that in your named folder. And then you're going to also export by going export, export as, and bring the physical size of this down from 2200 or whatever you have it set to 700, because for Wix, we don't need it to be as wide as it is in the original image. It just increases our file size. So once we're done with that, hit export, save that in your Wix or in your named folder, and then upload to Wix. Okay, good luck.